Are there any crazy hacker stories that a lot of people will talk about? Mm, like very famous one, because I only know of uh examples like the Jeff Bezos one, his phone getting hacked, but I think by the Saudis. Or is it Saudis or Israelis? One of them lah. They managed to hack into his phone. So, are there any other crazy stories, hacking stories?
Uh, I don't follow a lot, but then I read a few, like the recent one, the very recent, I mean, not very recent, it's like quite some
Mm.
time ago, the Uber one, the Uber got hacked itself.
The company lah.
Yeah.
What
So,
happened?
how to say, if I'm not wrong, their data got leaked itself.
Mm-hmm.
I read it quite some time ago. So, this Uber story, right, how the whole attack flow is like, when someone wants to log in to like maybe the internet application, things like that, they need to go through a 2FA,
Mm.
like a two-factor authentication where you go into your phone, then click the approve button,
Yeah.
right? So this attacker actually managed to retrieve like an employee account.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried to log in, but then because got this 2FA, it got blocked.
Yep.
But do you know how he bypassed it? It
He got the
was
phone number. I
no.
don't.
So this kind of thing is a soft token, so it actually linked to your phone. Your phone need to click the approve button.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if without clicking the approve button, you will not be able to go through it. So how
You
the
need to
attacker
have
do?
the. He got the actual phone, the hacker. Then
No.
how?
They gave it a name. It's called the 2FA fatigue. So they keep logging into the account, then they keep prompting the owner itself
2FA.
saying that you need to approve, like the approve page will come out on his phone.
Mm.
He keep doing it until the owner got lazy, then he pressed the approve button. That's how they got hacked. Yeah,
Why?
if I'm not wrong, I read it like that. It was damn funny.
Wait.
So
So what
that's how the
happened?
whole thing
What got
goes.
leaked?
Hmm?
Like all
If
the
I'm not wrong,
company
some
info.
data, some internal stuff also.
So, but this is not very like it's very anticlimactic lah. Like this one is like the person's fault lah. Like why do you even approve in the first place, right?
Yeah, then there's also other things like the Solaris itself. So actually, right, all
Yeah.
these attacks, right, all comes down to either very weak password or lack of security awareness itself. So in terms of the whole thing, right, if I'm not wrong, we got the three piece itself inside the tag itself.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It is tag only.
Mm.
Wait, I forgot the whole thing.
That's okay.
Yeah, there's this thing called, if I'm not wrong, is the People, Process, and Technology, PPT,
Okay.
where
What's this?
the people is the weakest link always. So people are the one that is vulnerable and susceptible to like people attacking them, not physically attacking, but in terms of like we got one thing called social engineering where we can try to do human hacking, where we will try to build this rapport with you, things like that, until you have the trust in me. Then I will try to ask a little bit more sensitive information until the point where you release like everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is why where people say the social engineering skill, right, is very brutal itself. It's because it actually leaked out a lot of things. Then yeah, so human is always the weakest link. Like human also create weak password, things like that. So there's one quite huge thing. It's called the Solaris.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. I'm not very sure whether you know or not.
I heard of it. I heard of Solaris, but I don't know the story.
Their source code got leaked because that they got a weak password.
They
Yeah,
use a lame password. Okay.
yeah. So that's one thing also that people will be able to get through. So everything to me, like how to say, all the major attacks, things like that, or it falls down to this very anticlimactic where maybe you're using a weak password, or maybe the 2FA they didn't check, then they just approve, things like that. Yeah.
Okay, I see. So don't ignore your basics, basically.
Yeah, most important for all companies out there is like they need to do security awareness and keep training their staff itself in terms of every aspect. Like in terms if they actually holding a company phone, then in terms of logging into their company account, which one they should do, things like that. This is why company actually yearly have this cybersecurity quiz, things like that, or cybersecurity awareness quiz to ensure that they know their stuff. But a lot of people treat it as like, it's another task to do, and it's very hard, things like that. But when it comes down to really, if the thing happen, right, they don't know who to blame.